On the second anniversary of the January 6 assaults, Biden praises the heroes. On Friday, President Joe Biden honored 14 individuals, some posthumously, who fought to safeguard American democracy following the 2020 election by presenting them with the Presidential Citizens Medal in observance of the second anniversary of the tragic attack on the U.S. Capitol. Democratic Vice President Joe Biden spoke to the people being honored as heroes during a White House ceremony while also calling the violence that injured 140 policemen driven by lies. Republicans, many of whom remained devoted to the former President Donald Trump, who promoted the fabricated election claims, battled to choose a Speaker of the House of Representatives for the fourth day in a row as he spoke. According to Biden, "We the people did not flinch on this day 2 years ago, when our democracy was threatened by lies about the 2020 election. Your names will be recalled by history. They'll recall your bravery. They'll recall your courage. They'll recall your amazing dedication to your countrymen. That is a fact, not hyperbole," said he. The honorees included several law enforcement officials as well as former Arizona House Speaker Rusty Bowers, Secretary of State for Michigan Jocelyn Benson, and Capitol Police Officer Eugene Goodman, who deterred rioters from the Senate floor while lawmakers were fleeing, as well as Georgia election worker Ruby Freeman, whom Trump falsely accused of election fraud. The names of 2 individuals who committed themselves after the events of January 6 were added to the list by the White House on Friday. These individuals were U.S. Capitol Police Officer Howard Lee Bengud and Washington Police Officer Jeffrey Smith. Following death threats from enraged Trump followers, Freeman was compelled to leave her house the previous year. On Wednesday, Trump specifically mentioned Freeman to his roughly 5 million followers on social media. In response to predators and peddlers of misinformation regarding the 2020 race, Biden claimed that Freeman and others fought back. Contrast with Trump on January 6, 2021, Trump supporters attempted to stop Congress from certifying Biden's victory in the 2020 election by attacking police, bursting through barriers, and entering the Capitol. Trump, who just declared his intention to run for president a third time in 2024, had pushed his vice president, Mike Pence, to withhold the results of the vote, and he still maintains the false narrative that the 2020 election was rigged against him on a large scale. Biden had the chance to express his concerns about the risks to American democracy posed by Trump and others who are inspired by him, as well as his condemnation of the violent crimes committed 2 years ago, at the White House event. After gaining control of the House in the midterm elections in November, Republicans have been unable to nominate a speaker this week due to a hardline group of primarily Trump-supporting legislators, many of whom backed his claims of election fraud. Republicans' ability to rule with a narrow majority in the House has come under scrutiny as a result of the struggle to choose a leader for the House. The Speaker election drama, according to Biden, is embarrassing. During a joint speech with Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell in Kentucky on Wednesday, Biden offered yet another comparison with quarreling House Republicans as a sign of bipartisanship. The U.S. Senate is narrowly in Democratic hands. In his final days as president, Trump gave a speech close to the White House pushing his followers to march on the Capitol just before the 2021 rampage. In the ensuing conflict, 5 individuals died and another 140 police officers were hurt. A U.S. House subcommittee looking into the attack concluded last month that Trump ought to be prosecuted for his part in inciting the violence. Extremely difficult. Officer Brian Sicknick of the Capitol Police, who passed away in the days following the attack on the Capitol, received a posthumous medal. After suffering multiple strokes following the attack on the Capitol, Sicknick passed away naturally, according to the chief medical examiner in Washington. Charles and Gladys Sicknick, his parents, accepted the honor on his behalf. As the commendation for Gladys Sicknick's son was read, Biden held her hand. In the White House East Room, which was crowded with loved ones and friends of those being recognized, Biden said, "This is warranted, and in some ways overdue, but it's also terribly tough for the families, and particularly the families of those who lost a hero defending our democracy. Achilleen O'Connell, Daniel Hodges, Harry Dunn, Caroline Edwards, Michael Fanone, Caroline Edwards, and Caroline Edwards were also recognized for their work protecting the Capitol on the day of the attack. Al Schmidt, a municipal commissioner on the Philadelphia County Board of Elections, and Shay Moss, an election worker from Fulton County, Georgia, both earned honors.